Hey y'all, it's Courtney, and I'm back with a real quick video. I'm getting ready for my appointment, so I'm doing a little bit of makeup. I'm going to use my Bubble Nebula palette today, and possibly my fruit pie filling. Maybe a little bit of all my new-ish splashy candies, and then Spotlight. I don't know what I'm going to use yet, but I know for sure I'm going to use a little of each of these. And then also, I wanted to let you guys know that I will be receiving today my newest You Can Be palette. It is called You Can Be Changeable Fantasy. And it reminded me of something. Now I can't remember. What palette it reminded me of. But when I get that, I will be doing a video on that as well. But for now, we're just going to do some fun little makeup with some of my older palettes. Well, I guess they're not really older. I got these two last week. And this one, well, these two were about 2 or 3 months ago. And then I got those ones within like the last 2 weeks, I'd say, actually. And then, you know, like I said, they just appreciate their customers, so they will send us free palettes twice a month, or not just palettes, but like there's another thing that I want from them. I'm not going to ask them already because I'm literally being sent a palette right now. But they have this set of 6 liquid eyeliners. There is, 8 liquid eyeliners. There's a black, blue, red, I think, brown, and then there's a gold, a silver, a white, and a red, I think, or something like that. I don't know. I know there's a few glittery ones, and then most of them are just colored. And that's the next thing I'm gonna say interested about. So, when I get those, I'll show those too. If I get those, you know. Not saying that every single time I say I'm interested in something, they're gonna send it to me, because they owe me nothing. So, quite literally, they don't have to do shit. But, if I can, then I'll review those, is what I mean to say. Never want to come off like I am owed anything, because I'm not. Nobody is. So yeah, I just want to do my makeup, and I just wanted to talk for a minute, because I just saw something that was, like, really got under my skin, and, like, really is bothering me. And I'm not going to make this about race and everything else like a lot of people are, because I don't know that nobody knows the circumstances. We don't know why this happened. But I do know that there's no media coverage, and that's really horrible. So anyways, a little boy named Cannon Hibbent, I think is how you say it, was executed in front of his home, in front of his little sisters. He was riding his bike, 5 years old. 5 years old. Was riding his bike like kids do in his front yard. And, the neighbor shot him in his head and killed him instantly. And it's getting no media attention, because I'm pretty sure right now news stations are afraid to talk about it because of the circumstances, which I find appalling. It's wrong no matter who did it. I don't care. It's wrong. And it might possibly... Well, it probably isn't even race related. Just because it was a black man and he shot a white child, you're going to be afraid to talk about it because you don't want to seem like you're against the whole thing that's going on right now. That makes you a coward, in my opinion. That child deserves to be remembered just like anybody else. Where's the outrage? And like I said, this is not even a color. I don't give a shit who it was. It's a 5-year-old child. Why are children dying? Why are we choosing children to murder? This is not, an isolated event. This keeps happening over and over and over again. There's been like 30 children murdered in the last couple weeks. Little young children, not teenagers, kids. Why? And why is the media not talking about this? I mean, they're babies. They are innocent above all else. We brought them into this crazy world. And all we can do is expect, or teach, not expect, teach better to them than what we are. And if all we're doing, well, not we're, all some people are doing is murdering the children, how can you ever expect their generation to get better? Murdering each other only promotes exactly what we're fighting against. We want a, how am I trying to say this? Because I don't want to come off like I'm saying it like the wrong way. Because I do that sometimes. What I mean doesn't quite come out exactly how I mean it. So I'm gonna keep the whole that part of it out of it, because it's not even about that. It's about a 5-year-old child being executed in his front yard in front of his little sisters. Or I don't know if they were his little sisters. In front of his sisters. He was riding his bike. And the reason why I'm saying I'm not going to say that this is... I'm going to say that I need more info before I say why this happened. Because apparently the man was at their dinner, or at their house the night before having dinner with the family. So what happened? Is this man mentally ill? We don't know. So I'm not going to say, I'm not going to make any assumptions or anything like that, because that would be stupid of me to do. But I am going to say that it's really fucked up that this kid is getting no media coverage. We can talk about grown-ass men for months, but none of these children that are dying are even getting a second of our attention. And that is terrifying to me. Everybody should know the faces of all these children that are being murdered. Anyways, so I just wanted to talk about that real quick, because it's really just mind-blowing to me that nobody's talking about this. Why? And not just him. There have been multiple African-American children that have been murdered as well. So it's not a race thing. It's a you're killing babies thing. And I've heard that that's why news outlets don't want to talk about it. But it's happening to... It's not just happening... I don't want to get into that part, because that's not at all what I wanted this to be. And I'm not going to veer it in that direction. I just think that it's really crazy that that poor little boy gets nothing. His life, it's ended. It's gone. 5 years old. And that's just sad to me. And nobody cares for him or any of the other children that have been murdered. And I think it's about time that our news stations grew a pair and spoke about all injustices, not just some. And that's all I'll say about that. I'm trying to work with this color really hard because I've always felt that this color is freaking beautiful. It's Autumn Hush. I'll be yelling. It's called Dew. And it looks very strange. But oh my god. But it sucks because obviously our arm skin doesn't look the same as our eyelid skin. And that's the problem. Is that on paper, or on arm, it looks great. But on eye, it just doesn't pan out the same. You don't get this beautiful, it just doesn't look the same on, oh, did I even show it? Just doesn't look the same on your arm, or on your eyelid as it does on your arm, which is really unfortunate. Maybe it would if I used my finger to put it on, like you do a swatch, but I don't know. So anyways, I have an appointment today, here in about an hour, so I'm getting ready for that. And I just wanted to get on here and talk about that one thing, and then also talk about, like I said, I'll be getting another palette today at some point. It's supposed to be here today at least. So I will be reviewing that. Like I said, it's called the Fantasy palette, and it's really pretty, and I like it because it has a lot of light colors in it, like really light colors, and I like to work with light colors on my eyelid. I don't like to go for real dark colors on my eyelid, so
good news, they found her. She went to her aunt's house.
That's good, but
yeah, I know.
Now she's really going to be in major trouble for not telling them where she was going.
I don't know, but I asked, and then they said that they found her at her aunt's house, which is good.
Yeah, that is good. I'm glad they found her.
She wants cucumber.
Well, we don't have any cucumbers right now, so she's just going to have to eat something else. Alright, go get dressed.
My shirt's not dry.
Okay, well, I'm making a video. Go play. Not being mean, it's just, they shut my comments off anytime you kids are even near my video, so. And not only that, but, sometimes I talk about things that aren't really for kids. Don't want them to get confused and think that this is a child-friendly video, because it is not. It's a makeup video, which is, like, wholesome as fuck, but still not for kids. Honey, we're out of cucumbers. We'll stop by the grocery store on the way home and get some. My kid's obsessed with cucumbers. Obsessed. So this is not coming out the way I wanted it to. It's just not. It did on this side, I guess. It looks a little darker on this side. Why does it look so much darker on this side? I don't know. Oh, so Patience's little friend, that's what we were talking about. Apparently her little friend's dad messaged Patience first thing this morning and asked her if she knew where her friend was. And Patience was like, no, because they couldn't find her. And turns out she just went to her aunt's house. But these kids don't get it these days. Like, shit is. It's a lot scarier to raise kids these days than it was whenever I was a kid. Because whenever I was a kid, we were allowed to just take off and go play outside all day. Nobody would even check on us because they didn't feel that, they didn't feel that they needed to because we were safe. But these days, I don't even let my kids go outside and play unless I'm out there. Every now and then if I'm cooking dinner or something, I will let them play on the porch. And I have a fenced in yard. So, like, maybe I'm a little, too protective of my kids, but my kids will not be a statistic. Just simple as that. And, you know, I think Patience gets mad sometimes because we don't let her do whatever she wants to. But that's why, because shit is scary these days. Look at the story I just told. There's a story I would like to tell that's going on in my real life right now, but I don't know the whole story yet, so I'm not going to. But we'll just say danger lurks everywhere, where you would least expect it. Predators are everywhere, under your nose. You don't even know it. So, lucky for my motherly instinct, my children never got exposed to it. But shit's just scary these days. You can't trust nobody. So, I don't know. Yeah, this color is not going as planned. It is not getting as dark as planned, so I'm going to use something over top of it.
Pause that.
What? I ain't doing this shit. Apparently somebody was just outside of my house asking my daughter which one she was. And said, "Ooh, you don't remember me." But didn't knock on my door, didn't come up, didn't talk to me, didn't nothing. So why the fuck were you outside of my house? I swear to God, if I find out it's who I'm thinking, I can't be held responsible for what happens. So whoever the fuck it is, if you watch my videos, stay the fuck away from my house. I don't appreciate that shit from nobody. I don't even like the people that I like showing up uninvited. I don't like that shit. Period. I do not like that. So whenever I get off of here, in this video out, I'm gonna show my kid a few pictures. See if we can figure out who exactly this motherfucker was. Because I ain't playing this shit. Not happening. Like I told my husband, you know, I would put a restraining order out, but what am I gonna do? Say, oh, they sent me a Facebook friend request. But give me a protective order. They fucking laugh at me. But please do show up at my house so that I can. Please fucking do. 'Cause I'm not playing this game. If I find out who it was, I'll call their PO. I don't give a shit. That's stalking behavior, and I ain't playing it. Period. I'm not doing that. So, alright. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. Don't really like it that much. Might go over it with a little bit of darker purple, but I'm trying to hurry up because I do have an appointment here shortly, and I really wanted it to work out. It's just not working out like I had hoped, and now I'm kind of stressed out because I don't like that shit. Don't talk to my kid, don't come to my house, don't do none of that shit. She said she didn't recognize them, so... And they tried to say that they were friends with her dad. if you were friends with her dad, then why did you leave? Why didn't you stop by and say hello? Why would you just drive by our house and not say anything at all?